Welcome back, Lab Rats. This is your host, Malcolm Johnson, here with the Tricking Report. I'm gonna skip the nicknames this time, all right? I'll pick it back up next week, don't worry. But let's jump into it. Things are gonna be a little different on the arrangement as well as the categories for this episode. I didn't get very much weird this week. I'm disappointed, a little bit. But we still got some good features, so don't worry, okay? We're gonna start it off with the pin toes feature. We're just gonna cut to the chase, get right to the pointed toes. Let's jump right in. My boy Brooks out of Arizona, well actually these clips are in Colorado at Ashley Adams' mansion, has my favorite rechambers in the game. He's doing backside 10s, he's doing cheat 7s of course, and then he's leveling up his jackknife game, which I'm really happy to see. Man, they are snappy. They are so fast, snappy, and guys, that rechamber, like, get out of here. The 360 with the hips, boy, you know what I mean? Brooks, man, I geek out over your hook kicks every single time. This is your sharpest post yet. I'm so hyped to see this. The scenery is unbelievable too. I swear this is like a scene out of Hercules or something, you know, like, come on. Ridiculous scenery, ridiculous grass, ridiculous tricks, ridiculous rechambers. You already know I'm a big fan. Easy Pinto feature. Father Pinto smiles upon you for those toes and those rechambers, okay? Let's go into a new category. It isn't the feels, okay? It's close though, it's related. This is all about edits, okay? We actually had a couple of real banger Instagram edits come out this week. I'm gonna talk about Hungry. He's a tricker out of Korea, and this is just a dope little edit, all right? He's doing, you know, not the craziest tricks necessarily, especially for him. He's an exceptionally high level tricker. Definitely go check him out, check out his other stuff, but this edit just really hits for me. Quality tricks done with just the kind of the still shot and how it's got this kind of 3D effect on the still shots. It's just really cool to watch. And you know, he's doing that like kind of that tunnel flip, that lotus D-leg for the first trick, and then there's a really poppin' gainer scissor. Brian with the heart came out with this edit. It's a vibe and a half. You already know he does the most for the community. You already know man knows how to throw an edit together. This one's just a vibe. Combo structure, he's got some creativity going with it. Of course the kicks, my guy is always just kicking it up. He's got one of my favorite cheat 10s in the game. I just love watching his cheat 10s. I can watch him on a loop. Keeping with the Lotus Saga, we saw a couple things from him when I gave that Lotus Saga announcement. Mans is continuing the train with aerial semi front swing rise, swing 9 rapid Lotus. Cool little 4-hitter. His execution on it's really excellent too. It's actually one of the better aerial front swing rise that I've seen from Brian. So I'm really stoked on the execution as well. Again, edit on point. You can't talk about Instagram edits without talking about Nikita Ivanov. If you don't know who Nikita Ivanov is, you may remember him for such landing stances as like lotus position prayer hands, for doing chop punches and different like martial like hand techniques in his combos. Mans is doing like grabs behind his shoulder blades. He does all sorts of wacky stuff. This edit is more about just like actual tricks, not necessarily so much hand placement, although he's doing some pretty wacky rodeos and grabs. He does a gainer, almost like a moon kick, but he grabs where his hook kick leg is and really yanks back on it. It's a really cool aesthetic actually. And the box cutter he does in this edit is really nice. Huge execution. He's got long, skinny legs. So when he really fully extends and yanks back with a rechamber and pointed toes, it grabs your attention. It wakes you right up. Mans does him, and I love it. Let's jump right into my underground. KILLAZ, Wonbin out of Korea, hitting cart dub, switch, trip. My guy's got some power packed in there. Korea is very diverse in its tricking profile, more than most people realize. So I'm glad to see that there are some underground KILLAZ who are killing it in the power section out here. Ridiculous power, really good execution, clean lines. That dub was beautiful, the eagle was nice, that switch was really pretty, and then that trip ripped right out of the ground. We're gonna follow up this 203 with another Korean tricker who's been doing a lot of power. I'm talking about Doowon he does TDR, double cork, swing, triple cork. The timing on it, the flip twist ratio on it looks like he's going for dub. And man, out of nowhere, that last gyro comes right out of left field. He pulls it in, dub trip from TDR. Okay, man, okay. A lot of people have actually already shared this clip on their story. It's been getting blown up a lot, but it is truly a spectacular clip. I'm talking about none other than James Compass with another standing double back. Look at the execution on this. This kid is so strong. It's just alarming. It's just alarming. It's good form and a lot of muscle. And my boy James Compass, northeast, southwest, whichever direction you want to call him, he has both of those things without a shadow of a doubt. Galushkin posted up a gainer switch swing, corking back out. And the landing is a little sketchy. I hope this guy's is doing some knees over toes programs, because wow, that's an alarming landing stance that I'm not trying to be hitting, but wow. Excellent execution for a cork in back out. We're not seeing so much of that, shant out execution level. It's a lot more over the top. It's not perfectly over the top, but that's a really good example of a cork in back out. And I had to feature him for that landing stance. Like that was a muscled out landing, no question. It's hard for me to say this with a straight face, so I'm just gonna start big cheesing right now. We're talking about 13-year-old Dylan out of North Carolina, cart quad. And I like this raw clip more than the edited clip. It cuts right to the chase. You get the raw energy of when he lands it. I love this celebration. This kid is 13 years old doing quads. Anything's possible, Seeing young people like this throw such an incredibly hard trick. He's a little short, guys. And I'm not talking about height. He's 13, get over that. He's a little short on the rotation, but cart quad from a 13-year-old. We're just gonna continue to see greater and greater things from younger and younger generations of trickers. It is just unbelievable to see people other than the Japanese doing such high-level tricks at such a young age, which sounds terrible for me to say out loud, but it's cool to see that happening across the board, not just in a specific area of the world, to see younger and younger generations of trickers doing bigger and higher level tricks. Truly awe-inspiring to me. I hope it's awe-inspiring to you, that we as a movement create such upsets in other movement communities with the level of tricks and level of maneuvers that we are able to accomplish as a community at such a young age. And it's not through sponsorship, it's from pure passion and love of tricking. Man, I should have saved that one for my last feature. I'm getting emotional over here over a quad full. I was at Loop Kicks 2013 and I saw someone attempt this trick. So I'm really excited to see it actually get landed. I'm talking, of course, about Shosei's double rocket boy. He's got the post up, he's got the right pike position all the way through both rotations. Super cool. It's so fun to watch variations get pushed in the power section, to see them expand. I talk about it day in, day out. Every single episode, I find a way to sneak it in. But variations and the expanse of variations within power is truly the most unique part of what tricking brings to the movement world. Gymnastics, it's linear lines, it's twists, and rotations. Here we have shapes being added onto multiple rotations and twists and flips and spins. It's just so cool. We all know that Shosei is leading tricking as far as power goes. No one can do the things that he does. And so I love that he's, starting to get that 360 expanse going, that he's exploring all facets and intricacies of tricking. If you watch a lot of his YouTube content, or even if you really pay attention to a lot of the things within his Instagram posts, you will notice how well-rounded of a tricker Shosei is. The more and more and more we gain from an individual tricker, it's an effect that goes throughout the whole community. It's never just one person's victory when someone lands something new. It has a ripple effect that carries throughout the whole community if we are open to receiving that ripple effect. So let's be open, let us be receiving, let us be inspired by each other's movement. Let's not get downtrodden when someone gets better than us or is progressing faster than us. Let's use that energy. Let's use that love and that passion and that drive for tricking to meet and exceed new heights for ourselves in whatever facet that we're looking for, even if it's small, incremental changes, or even if it's just an impact on our lifestyle and the appreciation that we have for different things. Let's not let tricking become too competitive in the sense that we are jealous or envious or start to become sick because of what is happening within the tricking community. Let that ripple cause us to be inspired and hype, because it's incredible what we do. That's what I'm gonna end it on. Guys, I love tricking. I love presenting this feature for you. I love doing this tricking report. It is a highlight of my week, taking the time, collecting this footage, sorting through this footage, even though sorting it is hard because there's so much good happening in the community all of the time. I love it. I hope you continue to love it as well. I'm your host, Malcolm Johnson, the Bing Bang Badger, the Nightcrawler, the High Blocker, the Hype Man. The list goes on and on. Member of Lion Man Gang. And I'm signing out. We'll see you next week. Thank you.